A crisis shows you a person's character. It opens a window to their soul, highlighting both strengths and weaknesses. In that sense, a crisis can be a blessing in disguise, an opportunity to understand exactly what we are made of. Right now, the world is facing a crisis that it has never faced before. Collectively and individually, we face a journey through uncharted waters without a roadmap or a safety net or even an end in sight. And it's during times like this that our mettle is tested. So, how do we make it through this to the other side safely and with our sanity intact? Well, the Bible has the best advice for handling a crisis. And the book of Daniel is filled with moments of crisis and gives us a glimpse into how those crises can be managed and overcome. In Daniel chapter 2, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon has a dream, which he promptly and unsurprisingly forgets. The morning after, he calls all his wise men and magicians together and demands that they not only interpret the dream for him, but that they tell him what the dream was in the first place. When the hapless men are unable to perform their seemingly simple task, Nebuchadnezzar flies into a rage and orders that all his wise men are to be immediately executed. Daniel, a young Hebrew captive who is among the king's advisors and so is counted as one of the wise men, is at home when the king issues his command. Daniel is surprised when the king's executioner knocks on his door and tells him that it's time to die. And suddenly, just like that, in the blink of an eye, Daniel's otherwise pleasant morning is turned into a crisis, and he finds himself staring death in the face. How does Daniel respond? Well, first, he remains calm. This is always the first and best course of action in a crisis. Don't panic, stay calm. Choosing to stay calm can give your brain time to think through the situation rationally and come up with practical, helpful solutions. Secondly, Daniel asks the executioner to explain the situation more thoroughly. This is also vitally important when facing a crisis. Don't just make snap judgments. Take the time you need to do your research and understand the situation as comprehensively as possible. Thirdly, Daniel called his 3 best friends. Sometimes going through a crisis can be overwhelming and scary. It's okay to be afraid, as long as you don't allow your fear to control you. Pick up the phone and call a trusted friend. Staying connected to the people we love can be a lifeline that gives us the peace and clarity we need to weather the storm we are facing. In moments of crisis, it always helps to know that we aren't alone. Next, Daniel and his friends prayed. Having a close circle of friends and family that you can pray with is vital. Prayer can not only give us peace, but it also helps us to lay our problems at God's feet. Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7 says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." And lastly, look to God for the answers. Daniel and his friends waited on God, and sure enough, God gave Daniel both the king's dream and its interpretation. God has the answers. His word, the Bible, has the answers. Turn to it, and you will find rest for your soul. To learn more about the king's incredible dream, Check out our latest episode entitled Daniel, the Hand That Guides the Future, available now on YouTube and Facebook as well as our website.